Guys, it's Generic Joe, and let's talk about the new Nintendo Direct Mini. Yes, Mini. As in, not a full Direct. Thanks guys, you got me excited for nothing. Okay, well it's not really nothing, but it wasn't a whole lot. There was some information in this Direct that I am really excited about, but overall, this truly does deserve the name of Mini, because it's only 15 minutes long, not even, and we didn't get too much information. So, let's go ahead and actually go in a proper order this time, starting with The World Ends With You Final Remix. What? I don't know what this game is. I don't know anything about it. I've never heard of it before, outside of a couple comments on a few random videos, and the only thing I recognized when I saw this trailer is Joshua, because there's a YouTuber I'm subscribed to who has Joshua as his profile picture. That's the only thing I know about this game. I seriously know nothing else about it. But, hey, it's coming to the Switch, so that's cool. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Next up, we got confirmation that there's going to be Pokken Tournament Deluxe DLC. This is very strange. This is a port of a Wii U game, and it's getting paid DLC. The fact that it's getting extra content at all is bizarre, outside of what came with the main game, that is. But there are two waves of DLC. The first one comes with how do you say that? Aegislash? I think that's how you say that. And the second wave is going to come with Blastoise. It's a $15 DLC pack, so I'll probably get that in the future. And later on, they announced that there's going to be a Super Mario Odyssey update with Luigi's Balloon World. Not actual Luigi as a playable character, but a mini-game where he is the star. And it's going to be a free update that adds this extra mode into the game. And hold on a second. Wait. So, the $60 Mario game, the brand new game that we've been waiting for years, got tons of new ideas and all that, is getting a free update. But the Pokemon fighting game, which is a port, is getting paid DLC. What? What kind of world do we live in where that makes any amount of sense? Seriously, how is it? Why? Ugh. Okay, I'm probably overreacting to this, but still, that is just ridiculous. Why does the port get paid DLC, but the new $60 Mario game, which is amazing? Nope, that gets a free update. Ugh. Let's just move on. Okay, I just wanted to go out of order for that one specific case because I wanted to mention that because that's just absurd. The actual next thing that they announced is Kirby Star Allies info, which we already got in the September Direct. So why are we getting more? I get that they wanted to announce the release date, which is actually March 16th, so that's cool, I guess, but did we really need more info on this game? There's that whole Yoshi game, there's Fire Emblem coming to the Switch, and there was no info on those games, so why are we getting more Kirby stuff? Again, it's coming out fairly soon, which I'm happy they discussed that, but still, there are other things that they could have talked about during this part of the presentation, so whatever. I'm still pretty excited for that game, and I'm looking forward to it. They also announced that there is a Kirby Battle Royale demo on the Nintendo 3DS eShop, and a Dragon Quest Builders demo on the Switch eShop, and then they moved on. Seriously, they just announced that those things are there, and they moved on. Which is nice, because they're just demos, and I don't really feel like they should have a whole lot of spotlight placed on them. Next thing they announced is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I am kind of happy because I never got to play Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U or the 3DS, and now I don't really need to, but this comes with all the DLC, and I can imagine there are quite a few people that are upset about that, because that DLC, there's a lot of it. So I imagine people that bought all that DLC are going to be rather upset when they realize that all of that is available on the Switch version in one single package. Also, they've got Breath of the Wild skins. So yeah, I don't know what other new content they're gonna have, but that's the only thing they confirmed so far. I'm kinda happy, but I'm kind of upset at the same time, because I've said this before, I don't want more Wii U ports, but at the same time I kinda do, because they're making improvements like this, like including all the DLC, but this has me worried. If Hyrule Warriors, with all of its DLC, was able to get a Switch port, that means that we could possibly get a Smash 4 port, and I don't want that. That DLC costs way more than the Hyrule Warriors DLC. So if Hyrule Warriors was able to get it, who's to say Smash is too far behind? And I don't want that to happen. I'd rather have a new game on the system, and I want it to come out later on so they can put more time and care and love into it, instead of rushing it out just to get some quick sales because they know people will buy it. After that, they announced an actual new game, wouldn't you know it, Mario Tennis Aces. All I hope for is just heart and soul, because the last game didn't have any of it. Sure, there was really good gameplay in it, but there was just nothing to do in Ultra Smash, and that's really upsetting. So hopefully they add more content to this game to make it more worth it than Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. And it seems to be copying the gameplay of that game. It looks really nice, and they're going to be adding a story mode into this game. That is definitely a step in the right direction in terms of more content. I just need a little more of that. After that, they announced Wise 8? I don't know what that is. It looks like Xenoblade Chronicles and Monster Hunter got together and had a beautiful baby, and this is that child. So that's cool, I guess. And then they announced the Mario Odyssey update, which I already mentioned. Then they announced SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. Bit of a mouthful, but it's a fighting game, and yeah, I've got nothing. I really have nothing to say about this one. Also, there's another Neo Geo game coming to the Switch, so that's cool. They announced that there's going to be Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle DLC, and it's including Donkey Kong. So, Donkey Kong is now going to be featured in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. However, it is paid DLC. It is not free. You will have to pay in order to get Donkey Kong in the game, which I can see some people find that as unfortunate, but we already knew that the game was going to have DLC anyway, so it's not the biggest of deals. And also, you know how in the last video about the Direct, I said, hey, they should announce more Payday 2 stuff on Switch? Well, guess what they're doing? Announcing more Payday 2 stuff on Switch. And they also announced that there's going to be a timed exclusive character for the game. They didn't say how long it's going to be available on the Switch, but it's there, and you can use it on Switch for a certain period of time before they put it on other systems. The fact that they're making it a timed exclusive is a sign that these developers actually do care about having a Switch version of the game other than just making some easy money. They also showed off Faye, and this is actually the game that caused us to find out about this Nintendo Direct, and they showed it for like a minute, not even. It looks nice, definitely, but I'm not sure if I'll be picking it up myself. They also showed Celeste, which I'm kind of interested in. There have been a lot of indie games that are 2D platformers that bring something new to the table. This seems to be another one of those games, and I imagine this is going to be highly regarded in the Switch community, at least when they talk about indie games. I imagine this is one that probably be brought up. This does look pretty nice. Don't know if I'll get it myself, though. Afterwards, they announced another Wii U port. I'm kinda tired of this, but at the same time, I didn't own this game originally, so Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is confirmed for Switch, and Funky Kong is going to be a playable character in it. And he totally breaks the game. Adds extra hearts to your health meter, and he has so many extra moves that allow him to just break everything in a level. It's ridiculous, and I imagine I'm gonna have plenty of fun with him. And finally, the very last thing to be confirmed in the Nintendo Direct was Dark Souls. It's coming, it's happening, it's on Switch. Didn't expect the first one, though. Honestly, I didn't think they would put the first one on Switch. I expected them to put the third one on Switch, considering they already have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Switch, Payday 2, and various other sequels, such as Wolfenstein 2. I just kind of expected them to have Dark Souls 3 because it's the most recent game, but sure, give us the first one. I'm fine with that. They also announced that this game is going to be available on Xbox One and PS4 as well. It is a remaster. This is basically the exact same thing that happened with LA Noire, except now it's with Dark Souls. That's pretty much the only difference as far as I'm aware. And that was the last thing they talked about in the Nintendo Direct. As for other news, Kirby Star Allies is now in the coming soon section of every eShop, so you can go there and add it to your wish list now. Also, Payday 2 was added to the coming soon section of eShops as well, so go ahead and check that out. And if you live in Europe, Bayonetta 1 and 2 are not only in the coming soon section of the eShop, but they now have release dates and memory sizes. Bayonetta 1 is going to be taking up 8.5 gigabytes of storage, and Bayonetta 2 is going to take up 12.4 gigabytes of storage. So it's a little bit lower than what the Wii U versions of both games took up, and I'm pretty happy about that because that means you won't have to invest in too much more storage to get these on your system if you want to get them digitally. And also, the Japanese eShop now has Dark Souls Remastered in its coming soon section, and apparently it's going to come out on May 24th, but it's confirmed for everything else on May 25th, so yeah. Oh, and Hyrule Warriors is also in the Japanese eShop if you're interested. And that's pretty much it. So, what did I think of this Direct and its information? Well, considering the fact that it was a mini Direct, I'm not too upset about this. We got some new info, but sadly a lot of the things announced in this Direct are ports. Yes, it is nice to see the Switch getting more games, but if they're not new, they won't have as much of an impact on the Switch. Yes, I am extremely happy that Dark Souls is getting ported to Switch. People are really happy that The World Ends With You is going to be on the Switch. People are also going to be happy and sad that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and Hyrule Warriors are coming to the Switch. But these are all games that you could get on other systems, and that's a problem. If they're going to have more Directs in the future, like this, where it's just ports and re-releases from first and third party, that's a problem. Because if this system doesn't get a whole lot of new stuff real soon, it's gonna bite them in the end. They already have stuff confirmed, like the new Fire Emblem, the new Yoshi, Travis Strikes Back hasn't come out yet. They can still reveal info on Pikmin 4, Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3. They have stuff coming to the Switch, but they need a little bit more of it, because at this point it just feels like a port machine. It's great for indie developers, they've found quite a bit of success on the system, and that's great. But full releases, full AAA physical titles are really what we need at this point. So hopefully the Nintendo Direct that comes in the future, whenever that is, people are saying February, but honestly I doubt it. Whenever that next Direct may be, hopefully it has quite a bit of new information on actual new stuff. I'm okay with them adding DLC to stuff like Mario plus Rabbids and Pokémon Tournament DX and having free updates for Mario Odyssey. I'm perfectly fine with them adding DLC for these games. That's not the issue here. The issue is when we get more games that were on other systems. I'm really happy that these games are going to be on the Switch now, but we just needed more new stuff. That's really all I asked for. And with that, I've concluded this recap of the January mini Direct. I know that I missed a few Directs like the Xenoblade 2 Direct and the September Direct and only talked about them in sporadic videos, but I will try and fix that in the future and do a Let's Talk video on every new Nintendo Direct. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time for whatever, whenever, here on my channel. Goodbye.